Hello and welcome back to another brand new video where today I'm going to be reviewing my favorite film of all time, Howl's Moving Castle. So yes, I have mentioned it plenty of times on this channel and on live streams, other people's live streams and my own. You know, my favorite film of all time is the Studio Ghibli film Howl's Moving Castle. And since my birthday is literally Friday, as of recording this, I'm still a month off. But this is being pre-recorded in February. Anyway, yeah, so by the time this comes out on the 8th of March, on Friday the 10th of March, I'll have a birthday live stream. Anyway, I don't want to ramble on too much. This is my favorite movie of all time. What is it about? Well, it's basically a love story between two people that you wouldn't necessarily think would. You see, the main story revolves around this one character, whose name I'm blanking on. Give me 1 second. Yeah, sorry, not really with it at the moment. But yeah, main character is Sophie. Now, Sophie is the eldest of two daughters and works in her deceased father's hat shop. And it's while she was on her way to visit her sister, Lottie, who works in a bakery, I believe. Some sort of sweet shop. As she's on her way, two soldiers stop Sophie and basically we're going to get her to... In the English dub, they refer to it as tea. I haven't watched the Japanese dub with subtitles, so I don't necessarily know that they're talking about tea, but they definitely had other ulterior motives, to say the least. And that's also when Howl, who, you know, of Howl's Moving Castle here, decides to swoop in and save her. Now, Howl is a wizard, and he's one of the more powerful wizards. There's always a rumor that Howl always goes after the pretty girls and will eat your heart, because he doesn't have his, and so he is being followed because there's a witch that's after him, the Wicked Witch of the Waste, and Sophie gets entangled in that, unfortunately. But yeah, the thing with Howl is the English voice actor for Howl is none other than Christian Bale. Yes, the Batman. So this was before he was Batman. So he can do this.
Where were the other drugs going?
As Batman, and he can also do this as Howl, which gets all the fangirls to swoon.
I'll make sure to draw them off, but wait a bit before you head back outside.
Okay.
That's my girl.
And I'm not gonna lie, I really do like the voice he does for Howl. It's really, really well done. Honestly, that I've only ever seen this dubbed in English, and yeah, I genuinely love and adore the English dub of the movie. Anyway, back to the plot. So, the Wicked Witch of the Waste pays a visit to Sophie and casts a curse on her, turning Sophie into a 90-year-old woman. And so then Sophie decides to go into the waste, I believe, to try and find the Wicked Witch of the Waste, and saves a scarecrow that has a turnip head, and she affectionately refers to it as Turnip Head. And So she asks him to go find her a place to rest. He does. It's Howl's moving castle. Now, when you're watching this, if you pay attention or if you have subtitles on, you'll hear in the background that there's a war about to be happening because the whole world is sort of steampunk-esque, is the best way that I can describe it. But yeah, there's a war going on because a prince in another nation is missing. So they're blaming these people, and then they go to war. And when there's a war, the king requests all magic users essentially to report and serve their king. And a lot of them end up turning into these creatures, and they can never turn back. So Sophie then says, oh, Calcifer, who's this fire demon who basically runs the castle, is able to move and all that. They make a deal for Sophie to figure out what deal it was that they made between Howl and Calcifer to break that so he can be free. And later on it's discovered what that is. And as the movie progresses, Sophie slowly falls in love with Howl, and the more she falls in love with Howl, the more she turns back into herself. But she doesn't think she's that beautiful enough to warrant that. And as well, she's trying to protect Howl and all that from other stuff. And because Howl has two aliases that he goes under for as a wizard in two different cities, Pendragon and something else. I can't remember the name of it, but both of them was called. The Wicked Witch of the Waste also gets called to serve the king, and she gets stripped of her powers and is rapidly aged to what she should be. And because basically what she wants from Howl is his heart, because when she used to be young and beautiful, Howl chased after her, but obviously things happened and he didn't. And Howl's always running. He's always on the run because he doesn't want to face up to that. And see, the thing is, as well, Howl can transform into a bird creature, and he does that to attack stuff. But the main reason why he can do that is because of what the deal was made with Calcifer. So basically, Calcifer was a fire demon of sorts that came down in the sky once when Howl was a little kid. They made a deal where Howl would give Calcifer his heart, and Calcifer would make Howl a powerful magic user. So that's what he did. He consumed Calcifer, Calcifer took his heart, and that's how Calcifer is able to do all this stuff, because Calcifer is Howl's heart, essentially. They're two separate things, but he has Howl's heart. And it's basically, as the movie progresses, Howl is the main target of a lot of these things, and eventually the prince is found. Turns out he is Turnip Head, and the curse could only be removed when his true love, when he gets a true love's kiss. That was from Sophie, but Sophie's in love with Howl, so yeah, he's unfortunate for him. So that's just a basic rundown of the plot. So why do I love this movie so much? Well, it's just a feel-good movie. I can stick it on. I don't watch it every year. I watch it every other year. I can stick it on. The 2 hours just fly by. Literally, the 2 hours just fly by. I'm engrossed in the story every single time. I'm engrossed by the visuals because, this is a Studio Ghibli film. And the attention to detail on a lot of this stuff is genuinely amazing to see. This film came out 19 years ago, and my DVD copy, right, makes it hold up really, really well. And I first found this thanks to my mother. She was going through film 4, I believe, and it was on, and because at the time I was big into anime, and she said, "Oh, do you know this?" I was like, "No, but let's see where this goes." And because of that, I instantly fell in love with this movie, and it shot up to instantly to my favorite movie of all time. And you just cannot watch it and not fall in love with it. Now, granted, it may not be the best Studio Ghibli film out there. I know everyone has their own opinions on what the best Studio Ghibli film is. But for me, this has been the only Studio Ghibli film I have as reference, and it is my absolute favorite movie of all time. I love Christian Bale's as Howl. I love the voice actress for Sophie, whose name is escaping me. I love the fact that the English voice actor for Calcifer in this is Mike Wazowski from Monsters Inc. and a whole bunch of other Disney voices. And Josh Hudson, who would then, be in the Cirque du Freak the Vampire's Assistant movie, as well as the Hunger Games trilogy, and now the Five Nights at Freddy's movies, was in this movie. He played the young apprentice to Howl, whose name I am blanking on, and I'm trying to see if it's not mentioned here. But this is also actually, now that I have a look at the back, this is based off of a book. Yes, so this, on the back here, it says, based off of the book by Welsh author Deanna Wayne Jones, Howl's Moving Castle is a magical tale of adventures and imagination. Which it is. It essentially is. And, so the English voices is Gene Simons, Christian Bale, Lauren Bacall, I'm probably butchering that. That's the voice of young Sophie. And Gene Simons is the voice of old Sophie. And many, many more. And I just love it. I just love I've been trying to kind of also, when I decided to review this for my birthday, I've been trying to also find a way to describe why I love this movie, and it's difficult. I just genuinely love this movie, and I love the world that it sets up. I love the vibrant colors, the animation, the art style, everything about it is genuinely amazing to me. And like I said, everyone has their own opinion on what's the best Studio Ghibli film. To me, it's Howl's Moving Castle, but that's only because I've only ever seen Howl's Moving Castle. I will be changing that at some point this year. But there you guys go. That has been my review for Howl's Moving Castle, my favorite movie of all time. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you do go and check it out, because I think right now it's on Netflix UK. It's an easy 2-hour film to stick on and watch, essentially. And it's the visuals is like I said, the visuals, the animation, the art style, the setting of it all is amazing. It's a really nice love story as well, it's really, really well done, and I absolutely love it. So there you guys go. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you all on Friday for the monthly live stream, which is a birthday live stream. So I'll see you all then.